What's up?
We are alive.
Yeah, we're alive. We still do exist. We are still here. I hope you missed us.
Well, we missed you.
Yeah. Guys, it's your boy Oris Mambofu.
And your girl Bianca Carmichael.
And today we are Black Love Unplugged.
Today you said, and today we are. it's been such a long time.
It's been that long.
Speaking about it being that long, do you want to tell people why we've...
So guys, first and foremost, I don't think it's a good thing for anyone to come up with any excuses. So firstly, we want to apologize for not being there, for not filling you guys in on what was happening. It was a grueling 3 weeks. I think 4.
Yeah.
I think it was 4 weeks of us being outside of your peripheral in terms of Black Love Unplugged and keeping you guys in tabs as to what's happening and learning from each other and having these discussions. But we did have some reasons. The first one is that it's actually last August was my birthday month. End of August.
Yeah.
Beginning of September it was Bianca's birthday month. So we wanted to take this time to be more focused on each other and actually focus on our Black love, what's happening within our lives.
Yeah.
And obviously there's also this other elements, you know, like we were shooting. I started shooting quite intensely lately, and we've also been working on other projects. So with everything just accumulating, it made it so much more difficult to spend that time that we really wanted to with you guys.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah. So I think that's a good enough explanation to kind of at least give you a bit of a background as to what was happening. But we want, But we did explain it. I think we did explain to you.
In one video where they were laughing about Ari wanting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, as lockdown conditions become more flexible, you know, the demands of other industries, the demands of other hustles, and you know, other things that we do are going to start coming into play, which means we won't be as available for you guys. But we do promise that when that does happen, we will do our best to notify you guys, so that you at least know what's going on, because you deserve that much. You guys have been with us from the beginning until now, so the last thing we wanted to get to disappoint you guys.
Yeah, and I think the last time we spoke to you guys, we were still on level 3.
Yeah.
So welcome to level 2, baby. Like with social scenes also opening, we've been discussing taking Black Love Unplugged to.
Yes.
You know.
Tell us what you think, right? Would you guys still like for us to stay at home and do our Black Love Unplugged at home, or would you like us to check out new scenes, new setups like restaurants, parks, getaway spots, markets, hotels, lodges, B&Bs, and like do our thing there at different environments, so we can give you a bit of a different touch, or do you guys want to still do the whole being at home thing? Tell us what you think and give us your views, guys.
Yes,
that should be exciting.
it should be, but it's also going to be a lot of work though, like, because we have to edit, like, you know, like unlike this is more organic.
Which means we're gonna be editing as well, so that we can show you if we at a particular lodge, we'll want to show you the scenery, or if we're at a vineyard and we're doing it there, we want to show you the scenery and then cut to our day-to-day, our day's discussion, and kind of mix it up. So you can expect for it to kind of be changed up a bit, the whole Black Love Unplugged episodes, and to have a bit more edits to them as well, so that you get a bit of a taste. Right?
I'd also just like to bring up that during lockdown, you know, this is when we started our Black Love Unplugged thing, but it was not only to show people what is happening or whatever, but it was also for us to grow and to learn in our relationships. So we've also learned so much about each other with going back to socializing with like people here and there, like, and there is a difference in
who we
me
are
and you in a public space, and thank you to everyone who's contributed to teaching us all these things, even about ourselves. I mean, the last time I got called out for the fact that I disturb you a lot, and it's something that I've been conscious about, and I try to wait for you to finish, and if I interrupt you again, I'm sorry, you know, I'm still working on it. Yeah, you were gonna ask me something?
I wanted to ask, like, with the measures like shifting from level 3 to a level 2, where now we can go to restaurants and parks and so forth, like, and be maybe amongst a few of our friends, because obviously there still are restrictions. But what has been the most enjoyable element of that for you?
Between us, or just in general?
Between us.
For me, it's. I think I enjoy the fact that the work that we've been putting into our relationship is not in my head. Because it was like, okay, what if lockdown ends and then it's boom, back to bad habits, back to, you know. But it's just such a beautiful synchronization between us. Like, I'm like, even when I'm out there, like, my eyes always looking for you, because I'm like, oh, I'm so in love with this guy. Like, you know, like, I just feel like, you know, not kaluk chola, like, you know, that whole excitement thing. That's exactly what I've been feeling when we go out. And you're in. Sorry guys, Ari's staring at us from inside, so if you see me laughing here and there.
I think for me it's elements of, I love how you're more open to confiding in me. Like, you're more open in terms of sharing what you're experiencing. If you're not okay with something happened for you, or there's something that doesn't totally settle in your spirit, you're able to kind of, but you also choose to do that in the most in a healthy and in an appropriate time, which is something that I think is quite cool, and I like that. I feel like we are in synergy, and it's because we communicate more, we understand each other more, and we're more empathetic. I think I love how much more empathy I have. Like, before I do anything, I am more considerate. I do carry more empathy, and it's fulfilling to know that you can be happy but also help others be happy too, and that, you know, your happiness doesn't have to be a selfish vibe. It doesn't have to be a selfish experience, you know, and I hope we can continue growing in terms of giving each other that, you know.
I'm growing with you if you're growing with me.
So
we do know that, like, but can I just say something before we start subject of the, we're already wasting so much time. I'm so sorry. I've gotten a lot of messages from people actually saying that they watch this with their partners. So I'd also like to hear your experiences around level 2 and starting to, like, let people slowly back in, you know, into your lives and stuff. How is that working for your relationship? Do you see a difference? Where do you feel like you could improve or carry on? So please do feel free to drop comments on that as well.
Do you feel like you went through? Do you feel like you went through? Do you feel like the evolution that you went through during lockdown is actually positively impacting your normal life, or do you feel as if things are normal and they're the same? You know, guys, don't hesitate to, like, comment while you're listening. Just like swipe up and be like, ooh, because sometimes you think you're gonna comment at the end, and then you end up so many things, and then you end up forgetting.
So even if you, like,
have
5 comments,
it's fine. Comment on something and then listen and comment, because we want to get an idea of what's happening in our Black Love Unplugged community.
Because we in this together, guys. It's not just about me and Auras, hey?
Trust me.
So today's topic is actually from one of our subscribers. Like, she actually comments on every video. Her name is Amy D. She suggested this.
Okay. Shout out, Amy D.
Shout out, girl.
Hope you're good, girl. Hope you're taking care, baby.
So she suggested that we speak about why is it that women tend to forgive being hurt and cheating more than men do in relationships. So, you know, being our open-minded person, like, I'm actually, this topic has got me feeling a bit, because I'm just like, I don't even know if I have the answer, but I am willing to discuss it and explore it with you, you know, as to why that is. Like, do you wanna take it out?
I think it's an identity thing,
okay,
for one, because and I think honestly it's a challenge that, it's a racial challenge that we face more than anything. I honestly think so, because for me, for example, just like, I haven't dated many white girls, you know, like, in terms of, like, very seriously, but the idea that I get is that, shit, if I cheated on my white girlfriend, she would leave, or she'd be devastated and just walk away. And I think that mindset comes from movies. Like, you watch the movie where those things happen, and then the woman will walk away, and then the guy will walk in the rain, and, chase the car, because the whole idea, it's always been like a Western thing. And if you look at us as black people, firstly, I feel like guys expect to be forgiven because of who and what they are, and then women, I think on a deeper level, especially our black sisters, I think they on a deeper level don't believe a guy can totally be honest. Like you see the tweets on social media and so forth where people are like, just like, dude, these guys ain't shit. Where they actually believe guys just lie, and that's who and what they are, and that's what they always amount to.
How do you feel?
I feel it's the case to an extent, because each individual is different to the next. But what I can say is that there is an overarching belief system or ideology around how blacks, both male and female, expect their partners to act, and that is what kind of contributes to shit. Because you guys are probably like, oh, if I leave this guy, I'll probably find another one, and then he'll leave. Then he'll cheat, and then I'll find another one, then he'll cheat. Then what's to the end? Why can't I just focus on one and try to fix this problem?
Yeah, I don't have much experience on white relationships,
Me
to
too.
say that,
But I think the movies and stuff.
that this is what happens. But one thing I also do know for sure is that maybe they added liberty, white women are added liberty to be like, if you cheat on me, I'm out. I mean, black girls say that too. We also say that if you cheat on me, I'm gonna leave. It's just, but I don't know the stats of white women staying when they get cheated on, or I don't even have that many friends to be able to say, no, this is what my friends.
Yeah.
But one thing they've never really had to deal with, our black brothers from back in the day would leave our homes to go and find jobs, and sometimes they don't even come back.
Yeah.
If they come back, they're coming back like he's already got a family there.
That side.
The white privilege has never really had to face that. Business was from home. Instead, we traveled towards these white people to work for them
in their factories.
You see what I'm saying? Like for minimum wage and everything that we could. Am I making sense?
Yeah. So you what I'm hearing from you is that it destabilized the home structure and created a situation where women were expected to stay home and take care of those families, right? And then the men would leave, and because they were so far away, they were obligated, or they felt forced, or they felt pressured to kind of end up cheating or creating other families. But then my question to you is, why is it a thing that men cheat and women don't?
Because at the end of the day, like, firstly, I don't have a job.
Yeah.
You're leaving me with like, and back in the day, we used to have like a lot of kids. Like, I have like, let's say 4 or 5 kids. Even if I'm working as a teacher, it's not enough. I rely on that envelope that's coming from Joburg, and stuff. So I'm gonna leave you, and then what? I have to think of the survival of my kids and stuff. So it's just like, okay.
So
I
you
don't
feel
know.
like that's impacted the fundamental in terms of the dysfunctionality in black society and relationships.
I think it played a role. I think it played a role, a very big role. The whole thing of the man of the house having to leave, and for months, sometimes years on end. Like I think.
And I think. With that perspective, it kind of gives a point of reference and a sense of understanding, because we're so quick to point obviously the finger and say men are shit, or women tolerate too easily, like tolerate too much, or all these things, and we never kind of take that time to kind of be like, wait, where does this belief system, where does this self-esteem originate from? What broke within us as a people, not as an individual? Because yes, there's that to deal with, but as a people, what created a situation where a mother would say to the daughter, "Bengezela," You know what I'm saying? And what created a situation where a father would say to the son, if you're gonna do it, you feel
Just
it.
hide it. Instead of saying,
Niggas
no,
steaming,
this is
yeah,
wrong.
instead of saying no, don't do this, do that. You know, so it poses those are the questions we need to ask. What in the structure of, what in the fundamentality of us as a people became dismantled? And then when we can forgive that, then we can be like, okay, cool, that was the case, but it's no longer the case now. Because we found the root, it's no longer the case now. What is the way forward moving from here? You know? Then now we kind of see things from a different place.
Yeah. Whew.
Right?
Yeah.
But I think it's also a thing of, okay, let's not go into too much of the history, because obviously the history is its own subject. And I do want to make a disclaimer and say, guys, there's a reason why we're in so much pain as black people. There's a reason why we're struggling so much. There's a reason why so much is going on in the world. And it's, if you look at it, the center of the havoc and the pain is within our community. And it's because we come from a tough community. We have more demons to deal with.
Besides our own individual experiences, there's a pain we have inherited.
There's a pain we have inherited, and it sucks. It really sucks, you know? Like, I won't say to you that, oh shit, damn, I never got a hug from my dad, or my mom never did this, you know? And those are things that other people got of other races. And I won't say that I didn't get that, but you'll see that maybe I'm an angrier person, you know? Or I'm not as affectionate as a man as what you expect to see in the movies, you know? And you'll be like, why are our men they're such shit people? But we need to ask ourselves, where's the root? And we come from a lot. But anyways, that's besides the point. And I think we actually need to talk about healing.
Yes.
Healing in love.
There's so many
In
topics that I've like, just speaking to you, there's a topic where I want to speak about speak to an interracial couple, because that is black love unplugged.
It's a person's black love.
Exactly, you know. So I'd like to, and I already even know the couple I want to speak to, but I'm not gonna mention it.
Okay.
And then also healing, just healing as an individual, healing as a black people, healing as women, healing as men, like, you know what I'm saying? And then also another thing that I'd like to speak to, and this is a conversation you and I had about sex. Like, because apparently there's differences in racial sex, that black men are known for this, white men are known for this. So I just really want to explore the whole how women feel about it, how men
what
feel
the
about
reputation
it.
is amongst
Exactly.
black, white.
Besides the reputation,
gender.
the experience of women around, let's say the experience of women with having sex with a black and white guy, and the experience of a black man having sex with a
black guy,
and a white guy.
Okay.
You know, let's learn and let's see.
Hell yeah! Let's do it.
So
We're
anyways,
back. We're back. We're back.
So yeah,
I missed this.
me too, hey?
Yeah.
So let's go back to it. Like, let's go back to speaking about why is it women are more forgiving than men. If you were cheated on, what you would...
For me, it's a pride
What is your
thing.
fear? Okay.
For me, it's a
You
pride
answered
thing.
my question.
For me, it's an element, and I'm honestly speaking from the peripheral of me, not another guy, not women. I'm not trying to compare. I'm just talking about me. I consider myself to be a king in my own right. Right? I'm very different from many other men, but I'm me, and I take pride in carrying myself in the highest way, because I believe being me is something no one else can compete with me on.
So when you get cheated on,
So when
it's
I
like
get
there's
cheated on,
someone
I
who's
feel
on your
like,
level.
not even on my level, I feel like when I give you all of me, when you choose, and I think it's the ideology that we've always had, that women are more emotionally inclined, predominantly. They're more emotionally inclined when it comes to having connections. They won't, even if they can, most of them won't just sleep around. They'll probably sleep with someone they either slept with in the past, or someone that they had an emotional connection. but they won't just be like, oh shit, tonight, yo, I like him, he looks, I won't even gonna have a conversation, let's just. Whereas in guys are like that, but like with women, when you kind of go to someone else, that more than the cheating, that makes it creates a disclaimer in me to say that, okay, emotionally, there's something that I was lacking for you to feel like you can seek it elsewhere.
I hear what you're saying.
So that's the predominant thing.
I hear what you're saying, and in some instances I do agree. Some women
And lying,
just
I
need
hate to be disappointed.
that emotional,
Deception.
you know. But I believe that in this new generation of these women born 2000 and stuff, they're very sexually liberated.
Yes.
That it's not emotion based.
Yes.
They have just been raised by the society before them that embrace your sexuality, embrace who you are, be what you want. So I feel that we are moving to a space now where sexually we're gonna get to a point where men and women are equally allowed to.
Yes. And I
And
hope
I
it gets to
love
that
it.
place. Yes.
Like I love it. I look at them and I'm like, yes, like just protect yourself, take care of yourself, you know, but own your sexuality. Like,
Yes.
you know,
And don't be deceptive.
don't be
I feel like
yes.
it is the worst thing
Don't be
we can do.
deceptive.
I feel like the worst thing we can do is for a woman to choose to be equal to a man, but then take on the same toxic elements as they do, just to prove a point.
Yeah.
Like that would be the worst thing. To just now you also cheating. It's like, okay, this defeats the purpose. We are growing towards equality, but
Yeah.
we're becoming more toxic
Yeah.
as a society.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
The growth towards equality should serve the evolution and the fulfillment.
Yeah, I
that
just
we
hope
both
that
seek
like
to
also
experience as
as
people.
women grow in their sexuality, I hope men let go of their alpha, you know, like that whole this is what a man should be, and I wish we could somehow meet in the middle, like, you know, and let go of like the toxic I know I'm asking
Yeah.
for uhuru, but like
yeah, but like I mean, alpha is very different too. I think. What
no,
you
I know,
explained,
but
think-
yeah, you know, but I think my reason for women forgiving is societal norms.
Yes.
And I feel that societal
fears.
norms are against women, a lot of societal norms, whereby we are conditioned, and sometimes by our own mothers, you know, we are conditioned to stay. Like a woman stays, a woman protects her family, a woman, you know, sometimes you even get told, he'll get tired of it. And he'll get tired of it when you're HIV positive, you know? And that's one thing that I really appreciate about my gran, like considering like she's like 2 generations away from me. She does not believe in staying in a relationship you're not happy with. You know, she's like, I've been there,
She knows.
and this is my experience. You know, and one day I'll ask for her permission to tell her story, you know, but it's quite a hectic story and stuff. So she's very. My grandmother says, like since I was 18, my grandma says sometimes you have to kiss a million frogs to meet your prince.
Yeah.
You know the whole theory in Disney where if you kiss a frog, they turn into
Yeah.
a prince. Like,
Yeah.
so she's like, sometimes you have to kiss a lot more frogs than you think, but that doesn't mean you have to stay with the frog.
Yeah.
You know, and it's something that I've always carried with me.
I think it's also a thing where like women, it's almost like they are expected, or if they're not in a like, for example, if I'm a single guy in my 30s and my 40s, it's like, cool, bro, whenever you're ready. For a woman, there is this like underlying expectation. It's like, oh my gosh, you're doing so great. No. Do you have any children?
A lot of people don't.
Do you have a husband?
husband?
You know? Do you have a husband? Oh, are you with someone? And those things are kind of like, oh shit, I can't mess. When I find someone, I can't mess it up, because if I find someone and then leave them, what's the promise of the next one? And if I don't, how happy will I be feeling alone?
Another thing we're told is better the devil you know. Which is why also so many people are stuck in abusive relationships, because you're just like, at least I know how this one beats me up. If I move into the next one, he could kill me, or yeah, guys.
Poor Raf. There's a lot of healing that needs to happen.
There's a lot of healing that needs to happen, and just a lot of so much growth. Like,
Yeah. So with that being said, though, like, what direction should we be taking around this matter, around this subject?
For me, like, guys, being cheated on is very traumatic, because even if you've been even if you do decide to forgive someone for doing that to you, there's a lot of purging that you need to go through, and it could take you a year or more
even more, yeah.
to get over it. And
It's
there's
from the
this
deception. It's from the mistrust, like that.
it damages. It also
flips
just
your
changes
reality
the
upside down.
relationship as well. I'm not gonna lie to you. Whether you like it or not, your relationship will change.
Mm.
Like, if you have cheated for at least a good year, you need to be working on rebuilding your relationship. You can't say, but you've chosen to forgive me. Get over it already.
Work on your relationship. That's a good point. It's a good
Work
point.
on your relationship. I'm not gonna be one to say, oh, he's cheated on you, stay.
Mm.
If you're being abused, hell yeah, I will scream it from the top of my lungs.
Bounce.
Like,
Bounce, baby.
you know. But like, if you're being cheated on, like, it's truly up to you, because being cheated on is an emotional abuse in itself.
Yeah.
Because you go through war inside yourself as a person, and you switch as a person. So I'd say, if you do decide to forgive someone, let it be something that you'll do together.
Yeah. Allow, your decision your decision to forgive your partner shouldn't be your own. The partner that chooses to be forgiven and stay should also acknowledge and realize that he now needs to rebuild the house that he kind of
Yeah,
helped
I also
mess
think
up.
that, like, some men need to have honest conversations with themselves. Like, if you're cheating over and over and over again, but you're saying, oh, I want to be in a relationship,
What's going on?
there's a lot of questions you need to ask yourself, because that already shows a conflict within yourself. You are not at peace within yourself.
Exactly. And it's a conflict. And guys, honestly, like, we're guys, and I'm not speaking to how guys should be, but I'm speaking to how we've been conditioned, right?
Mm.
We have been conditioned into a place where, like, for example, I'm very attracted to women. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that every single woman that passes by, but I am. And my conditioning, the way I grew up, the things that guys would say, that all of the things that we were taught culminate to how I feel and how what I feel my experience should be. You get what I'm saying? That's something that you should put on the table. Be like, listen, this is where I come from. This is what I've dealt with. This is where I am right now. But this is where I'd like to be. Okay?
I love that.
I'm not the perfect situation, but I aspire, And in my aspiration to want to be more, I need you to help me to get there, If she agrees, then you thumbs up both sides, and then you work, and then you build towards that, But I also think there are elements where it shouldn't be like, okay, if I'm in a relationship with you, the only idea that exists in your discussion is that I should only be with you. If you like other women, or if you like other guys as a guy, maybe as a, you should talk to your partner and be like, listen, man, this is something that's a challenge for me.
Yeah, but I also...
And if they're willing to work on that, then you kind of discuss it. But there needs to be a transparency at the
I think from both sides, and I wish that from both sides there's also a willingness to listen without going crazy. But so this means you're gonna leave me. Like, if that's where it goes, so be it, because you do deserve better if something doesn't work out.
Work for you.
But be open to listening to what someone has to say, because you could find out that, okay,
this is gonna be the best thing for you.
You're attracted to women. Okay, what do you want to do about it? And someone's like, nothing. I just would like to discuss with you that, hey, I think she's attractive. And it's gonna allow, you just never know where someone's mind might go.
And that's the thing. The conclusion is up to you guys. If you're not reaching a conclusion, you are honest, but now you know that this thing may not work. You know what I'm saying? But it's a beautiful thing to know that you've spoken your truth. You've said that, hey, as much as this is my truth and whatever, like, babe, is there someone you can help me around this matter? If she says yes, then you create a way.
Yeah.
And there's honesty, there's truth. and it belongs to the two of you and no one else.
Yeah.
Or if there isn't, then you come to a consensus. You say, actually, baby, I'll try commit fully. I will never speak about other women. I'll never compliment them or anything, because that doesn't make you feel comfortable. And then or you can come to a consensus around maybe talking about, you come to your consensus that belongs to you guys. No one's gonna live your relationship, guys.
Exactly. And stop comparing your relationship to other people.
No one is gonna live your relationship.
Figure
guys.
it out.
Figure it out. Make it work for you guys and do it. Because your fulfillment is yours, and your fulfillment is your relationships. It's your little families, if you have a family,
Yeah. I think as a take-home message, and I'm gonna look directly into the camera because people complain that I never look. I think that right now, if you're watching this and you're with someone who has forgiven you for something that you have done, immediately when you stop watching this thing, I actually want you to pick up the phone or go to that person and be like, I appreciate you and thank you for forgiving me. And this is the direction I would like us to take. Appreciate your partner for forgiving you, because
it's not an easy thing.
Hey, but
and then I'd also like to say, I challenge both men and women that feel like there is a discord in their relationship and things aren't working entirely perfectly, to sit down with your partner. Sit down with your partner and say, I want to have an honest conversation, and come to a consensus that brings some level of conclusion or some level of peace around the subjects that you don't feel comfortable about. If you are angry about something that happened, explain it and then say, babe, okay, you cheated on me at this time, but what is it that makes you do this? Can I understand? Is there any way we can come to a consensus so that we can actually have a happy ass relationship? Because I love you, I appreciate you, I see my life with you, and build on that.
There's also a thing that I've been saying that I want to try with, where you write down the things that have hurt you in a relationship. Yeah, with your partner, he writes down what has hurt him. You write down what has hurt you. You'll have like a proper session with your wine. Sun is going down.
Good music.
Yeah,
so
and it's not a I hate you thing, but it's just I want to move forward from this. Yeah? You read out what you feel he's done to you. He apologizes. He reads out what you've done to him. She apologizes, and then you take a lighter and you burn that paper.
Yes.
That burning, exactly. Cry if you have to, do what you need to, but purge it, and stuff.
And then beyond that, figure out your way forward. What is the perfect? I love dreaming. Aspire. Be like, baby, I would love for us financially to be living like this, to do that. In terms of relationship, to do this and do that, and then maybe change things up here and here. I'd love to also have a family that looks like this, so that your dream can be a big goal, just like your ambitions, just like your everything else. It can be a goal that you can be like, I want that, and I want that here, and it can make you aspire to be a greater person, just like you choose to be greater in your career or in your social life or in whatever, your passion.
I think, I'm sorry to quote another couple, and forgive me for quoting you guys, but it's one thing that I love, and I picked up in Tepi and Prince. They if she sees amazing furniture or amazing thing on let's say Instagram or whatever, they'll sit down and go through things together and be like, oh, I love this, oh, this is my style, and I just love that. It taught me so much, where I'm just like, because a lot of people are like, oh, furniture is your thing, but they can literally sit down and go through shapes of houses, and it's just such a nice thing to see, so nothing. Exactly.
Dream for your relationship, dream for your love, just like you dream for everything else.
I love that. That's gonna be our take-home message.
Dream for your love.
Dream for your love.
All right.
Alrighty, guys. Please don't forget to comment, to subscribe, and thank you from your girl Bianca Michael
and your boy Oros Mampofu.
And we are
Black Love Unplugged. Thank you so much. Sorry for not being around. It won't happen again. We're back. Love you guys.